No, I know. This is the theme song of when John has COVID. This is the theme song for fucking John has COVID. He's gonna be a bitch man because men, when they sick, they don't know how to act. Boom, boom, ba, ba. My life's gonna be hell for the next couple of days. Ooh, ooh.
Welcome to my show. I got COVID. This sucks. I hate it.
John has COVID.
I have COVID.
Don't wear your mask.
I just
your
did
mask
it for
off.
fun. I did it for fun.
Got COVID for fun? Or
Yeah.
the mask?
The mask. The COVID part was on accident.
Hi,
Brodie
everybody.
was like, don't get me sick. So I was like, okay, I'll put a mask on. I was playing with him. Oh. Man, those things are stupid. They don't stop it.
Okay, but here's the thing, John, about a mask. And I'm going to stick with this forever. If somebody was going to bare-ass fart in your face,
True, I'd rather have...
would you rather them wear underwear?
You know what? Depends on who it
Fuck you, you piece of dog shit. You were...
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, here we are.
Do you have any notes?
Man, I don't know. I probably walked around Ralph's and just fucking COVIDed everybody today. I just created a huge breakout for everyone in Cascade.
That's funny, because the lady who was supposed to be yesterday by 3 o'clock, she canceled because she had COVID.
I did have a note, and Brodie told me I was supposed to remember something. I can't remember that, though. Yeah, you should ask him.
Do you want me to literally ask him?
He'd probably know. So, I went to 7-Eleven today.
Uh-huh.
Get a water, but I was a little bit early getting back to the yard, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get some good fresh water. I haven't been feeling good, so I was like,
What note was Dad supposed to remember?
So
You weren't feeling good.
So I wasn't really feeling good, so I thought I want to get some water. And as I'm walking in, there's like this dude. He's kind of like, he looks homeless, maybe drug addict. I don't know. It's hard to tell. And he's standing there, and he's kind of talking to himself as I walk by him, and he's holding a razor knife, and the blade's out, and he's touching it with his finger, and he's mumbling stuff. And I walk by him, and I get to the door of the 7-Eleven, and he's following in. I'm like, dude, is this dude just gonna come in and start fucking shanking fools right now? So where everybody was, I went to the opposite end of the store. I got my stuff, I watched him. All right, he was just touching and
Blade toucher?
maybe he was gonna stab somebody later. But you know what? There's a lot of little food places in that little area right there. It'd be cool.
Ralph?
No, over by my sister's house.
Oh. Yes, there are, because Steve used to live over there, too.
Yeah, there's some cool, like the Greek place. We used to go to the donut place where the kids went to go.
You know what else? No.
Yeah.
You know what else? It's kind of getting cooler at night and in the morning. And the first thing I was like, I cannot wait to get wonton soup from Walk's Cooking. Like, I'm so fucking ready for soup
There
right
goes your
now.
dog running out.
Franny Francis Barkala!
Oh, she just got yelled at.
Sorry, I did not mean to yell at her.
Full name.
Franny Francis, get your ass here now!
Ooh,
now!
So, yeah.
Franny ran after a dog today.
So.
She just barked at it. Like, she ran up to it, and I was like, fuck, because she's part pit bull, so I was, like, freaking out. But she ran up to it and just, like, was barking aggressively, but, like, 3 feet away from it. At no point was she closer than 3 feet. I was like, fuck. And then I had to, like, I had to run. I didn't have a bra, and my tits were all...
Hey.
Franny. Oh, she needs her... Hey!
See what she does.
Hold
She's
on.
just eating something.
Keep
Oh,
talking,
you're leaving
John.
me right now?
John, talk.
I'm going to give you a play-by-play as she goes down the garage. She's side by side with the dog. Yells at the dog. Dog yelled at. Dog runs to the back.
You're in trouble.
Ooh, joy.
You are in trouble. You're
trouble.
Still my baby.
And really not in trouble.
She is in trouble.
She's not in trouble.
She is in trouble.
So I just gave everybody a 35-second play-by-play.
Alright, John likes to get 35 seconds.
Somebody's got to do it.
So, anyway, she ran after this dog, and then I was running, and my tits were clapping, and then I put her on the leash, and I went and found him. I was like, is your dog okay? And he's like, yeah, like, she didn't touch him. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, she's in puppy school right now. Like, yeah, what if
She's in puppy school. I don't want to send her to puppy prison.
I know, and I was like, fuck, but she didn't do anything. She just barked, and I was like, she's getting a bark collar because I'm fucking done with this shit.
Whoa.
And then she's such a good girl, but she don't know.
She's good and bad. She tried to play football the other day. She dragged Brodie's football helmet out and ran it around the house for a while until she realized it was way too heavy for her.
But it's funny because I was talking to, so our vet, they have a pity too, and I was talking to his wife, and she's like, you just do so much. And I was like, yeah, you should see my house though. It's a fucking hot mess. And she's like, yeah, oh my God. And she's like, well, she goes, I got a cleaner. And I was like, I've been trying to get my husband to let me get a house cleaner forever. And she's like, but don't get one of those Roombas. And I go, okay. And she's like, when our Pitty was a puppy, our puppy pooped.
Oh.
The Roomba all over the house. And I was like, that's funny. It's not funny. I go, it's funny now. I go, I could imagine how horrific that was when she's like, I had to throw out all my carpets. And I was, because it just, and it just kept going through it.
Just smeared it.
And I told her that I had,
like, I had white carpet.
Yeah, not anymore. She goes, and I told her I had a friend who's, they were doing, like, redoing the kitchen, and there was, like, a tiny piece of, like, drywall, and the Roomba caught it and scratched their hardwood floor white with just this, like, really sharp piece of drywood, or maybe it was limestone or something, and just
scratched it.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
So I was like, she's like, okay, so we don't do that, and I was like, we don't. Her and I were cracking up, but yeah, and she was like, she goes, she ruined your couch yet? And I was like, she didn't ruin it, but I go, I think our couch said something very offensive to her, and she made sure she put our couch in its place.
She hasn't messed with us in.
And but she did. She was like, when our pit puppy, and it made me feel better because one, I was like, okay, they're vets, so, or he's a vet, and she was like, she chewed up a bench, she chewed up, so I was like, okay, like, it's not, like, if our vet pit is, they did.
They're just like ours.
Yeah, just destroyed more.
They're like little billy goats.
Right.
She's just a little fucking terrorist.
But it was just cracking me up because she was like, yeah, we have a pit. And I was like, I know, he told me, we talked about it. And she's like, has she done this? And I'm like, no. I was like, she's pretty damn good except for certain things. But, and then today was just a day. Today was...
Oh, yeah, it was a big day, though.
It was a big day.
It was two big things. Well, Brodie had a note.
Oh, yes, Brodie. Yes. Do you want to do Brodie's note?
Well, Brodie is going to get his first defensive line start, and he's pretty excited about that. You know, he's acted like he doesn't like football, and he doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't want to do any of it. He wants to quit every week, but he's really inside kind of excited about this, but he's not telling anybody.
Yeah.
And he's starting to make more tackles and things, so he's feeling a little more brave, I think.
Yeah. Well, our other big news.
Our other one.
Today, I drove to Simi Valley because there wasn't any permit tests available in Newhall until 2 months, and Caleb was finally ready. So I drove him to Simi Valley. We uploaded everything on the DMV. Yeah.
Fine.
But it's funny because when I went to the DMV, or when we were leaving the DMV, I grabbed his birth certificate, even though he updated. Yeah, even I was like, yeah, because I was like, we're going pretty far away.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like I don't
have it, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna grab it. And then Caleb, for some reason, he was like, I'm gonna grab my old glasses. And I was like, okay. So we drive to Simi Valley, we get there, and we get in the line, and then the lady's like, do you have his birth certificate? And I go, yes. I go, but he uploaded all of this. And she goes, it doesn't matter. And well,
they're always such twats. Why?
I don't know. And I was like, what? And she's like, does he have his 2 proofs of residency? And I'm all, he uploaded them. And she's like, well, he needs them. And I go, well, he has them on his phone. So now I'm thinking I'm going to have to find a Kinko's or fucking FedEx to have print shit out. Or a library. Oh, yeah. There was a library across the street. Okay. But anyway, I was like, She's like, well, are you mom? And I'm like, yes.
No, I'm not.
I was like, yes, I'm his mom. And she's like, do you have your registration? And I was like, yes. So I was like, I have to go get it. It's in my car. And she's like, okay, but you're going to have to get back in line.
I can't wait for you. You're going to have to go. I won't process anything else. I could have processed some other things in the meantime while you ran out and got it.
And there was a huge line, so whatever. So I go, we get back in line, go back to the same chick, by the way. We're getting the same chick, and she's like, do you have the registration? I'm like, yes. And she's like, are you here for the permit test? And I'm like, yes. And you're not pulling.
No.
Oh, and Caleb's phone's not working right now.
Right, of course.
So it's just a whole, like, she's like, do you have your confirmation? And Caleb's like, my phone's not working. And I'm like, okay, everything's fine.
Complication.
So we finally get that through, and then we have to go get in, and we have to sit and wait for our number to get called. So we're waiting, and then you have to get in another line. No. Then we went to where our number was called, and they processed all the paperwork again. And Caleb was like, yeah. And then she's like, please check everything. And Caleb's like, yeah. And I'm all, wait, Caleb. I'm all, this is going on you are in the grid now, child. So I'm all, your name has to be spelled right, our address, your social security number.
Has to be right.
And he's like, oh, and I was like, do you know your social security number? And he's like, I have a picture of it. So he's fucking doing this on his, we finally find it, everything's right. So then we go and we sit down again, and then we get in line. And then he has to take his picture. Oh, no, and then he has to take his eye exam, and he doesn't pass. And then he's like, I have these old glasses. I don't know how he passed in those glasses.
Just enough.
Because when we did his eye I'll talk about that. So we do that. And then we get in another line, and they take his picture. And I'm, like, fixing his hair. And I was like, oh, my God. Because I was like, this is your driver's license picture. I go, you're going to get a real ID. And I go, this is your driver's license picture. And then he went to go take the test. So I had to sit there. And I'm fucking sitting there, and I'm just watching it. And he's like, I really wish you could sit down because it's a stand-up test. And he comes up to me after forever.
That's you will stand. You will not sit. You will fucking stand and take this test.
Oh, and that's another thing.
When
she
I was
like,
young, they used to let us sit down. They had a little section.
Yeah, but that's because you're doing it on paper. This is all computer. So she also said you have 3 tries with this. I did paper too. She goes, you have 3 tries with this, and you don't have to use all 3 of them today. You can come back. And I was like, fucking no, we're not coming back.
You're going to do it.
In my mind, I was like, if he flunks all 3 of them, then we're going to wait 2 months, and he's going to Newhall, because I'm not driving to Simi Valley.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. And then, and she goes,
what a word. Flunk.
Yeah, if he...
Sounds like a turd drop. Flunk.
John has COVID. So anyway, I was like, okay, cool. And she goes, after the 3rd time, you have to repay the $45 again. And I'm like, okay. And Caleb goes, fuck, that's expensive, Mom. And I was like, I know. I was like, you better fucking pass. So he goes, and I just sit there, and sit there, and sit there. And he comes up, and he's like, I failed. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I missed it by 1. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, it's okay.
Get back in the ring, buddy. Get
back
in the ring.
I go, you're going to take it again? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, go. And then you have to wait so long before it resets the test.
Right.
So we wait. It resets. He takes the test again, and he's like, it's just those like tiny words, like the not or the without. Like you have to really read.
The little trick questions. They'll ask the same question 7 times.
Oh yeah.
In just different wording.
Yeah. So I'm like, I go, just take your time. And he took his time.
But he wanted to pass this.
And I see him, and he does this, and I'm all, oh no. I was like, okay, we got one more, and then he like does this, and he said he read it 5 times, and I was like, okay.
Like, is that the right number? Is that number right?
And then, he comes up to me, and he's like, I did it, Mom, I told you, and he's so loud, and I was like, shh, giant child.
He was so excited.
He was so excited, and then we have to get back in line. So you get back in line, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and we go back, and the lady's like, okay, good job. And he's like, he's shaking, and she's like, I need you to sign this. this is your permit. And
right, this is your signature.
yeah, this is who you are now. This is you now. And he's shaking and he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. And it gives you, I'm like, this is your driver's license number. Like, they give you the number, because
Right.
that's going to be
Yeah.
on your real ID.
Right.
So I'm like, this is you. This is your number.
You have an identity, boy.
You have an identity. And then, like, by this time, we're fucking starving. So he's like,
I want a steak. I need a steak. I deserve a steak. I got a permit today.
I'm like,
I have a steak.
all right. And I was supposed to do a podcast with Tommy today, and he was like, hey, are you ready? And I'm all, dude, I'm still fucking at the DMV. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was
Life
not.
has got me.
Life's got me. So we go, and we drive to Northridge Mall, and we go to Wood Ranch, and he has this fucking little steak, and he drinks like 7 glasses of water, but instead of them refilling the water, they keep giving him fucking another glass, so there was like 20 glasses of water. I'm all, oh my god, this is so dumb. And then we drive home. Oh no! And then I was like, "Fuck! You barely passed the eye exam." I'm like, "We're gonna have to go get you your eyes checked, or we're gonna have to go get you your prescription." And then also I was like, "Well, fuck! I'm out. I'm about." I'm like, "Let's go get your ADHD medication." Yeah. So we drive to Kaiser. They're like, "Oh, we have to refill it because it already was put back." And I'm like, "Of course." They're like, "Come back in 1 to 2 days." So we gotta go back in 1 to 2 days. And then I had to do something for Allie, so I had to drive to Spoilers real quick to do something real quick for Allie, and then we went back, and then I was like, hey, call American's Best, see, and they were like, oh, well, we have an appointment at 4:40. I'm all. So we walk around Target, and I'm just like, and then we go, and we do his eye exam, and then he buys these, like, thin-ass little glasses, and I'm like, those are so fragile. But then I realized, I was like, you know what, though, we have your prescription, and you can go online when you have your prescription and get, like, super cheap glasses.
Right, online.
Yeah, so I was like, we'll just order you, like, 10.
Right.
Whatever. And he got sunglasses, and they're like, come back in 10 to 14 days, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm done. And then we're driving, and then my phone dies, and he's like, I want a shake, I want ice cream. And I'm like, okay, let's go to Handles.
I've had a steak, and now I want a shake.
And I was like, well, let's go to Handles or let's go to, like, Cold Stone. And he was like, those shakes are too thick. So we go to Jack in the Box. And I'm like, that's not what I want. So then I drive home, and then John's like, I'm sick, I'm sweaty, my balls are sweaty. And I'm like...
And then I'm like, since you just got home, can you go pick up Brodie because I don't feel well?
Yeah. And I'm like, did you get emergency?
Well, you go, do you have COVID? And I go, I don't think so. It just feels like a cold. I mean, I could, but I doubt it.
I knew last night.
And then you came home with a COVID test. I guzzled some emergency, and then I took the COVID test, and I'm like, is that really a second life?
Yeah, like 3. I'm like, you're pregnant.
It's almost there. It's like,
John, you're pregnant.
It's like,
it's dark, John. It's fucking dark.
Lollipop.
Ugh!
I already have it. What's
But
it
that was
gonna
in
do?
your nose.
Whatever. I licked the paper and licked this freaking
You
cotton.
have, like, double COVID now. You would. So now, guess who's on the couch until fucking McFuckerson feels better.
Hopefully I'll test negative tomorrow.
Oh fuck, the dryer's been on this whole thing. I told myself I'd turn the dryer off. Shit.
So the background noise is the dryer going?
The dryer, guys.
We've
Sorry.
had dog interruptions and dryers now, and it's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
You want to call it a day?
Yeah, I was gonna say something else happened. Oh, we went to trivia.
Trivia's fun with our good friends.
Yeah, we don't have trivia tomorrow.
Nope, but if you need your insurance stuff, house, car, life, all that crap, go see our buddy, Art Halifax.
Yep.
At
And
Farmers Insurance.
oh yeah, we couldn't do it anyway because you have fucking COVID.
Oh yeah, I can't do that tomorrow. I'm assuming.
Well, they're busy, but we can't even do it anyway because you're.
Maybe I'll be okay.
You're not. It's gonna take like 4 days. All right,
I gotta be ready for disc golf on Saturday.
You need to go get your disc golf buddies all sick now because you have to play so badly. Okay, lick, clit, surprise, good night.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming.